Hello, everyone. Hope you are well. Happy New Year to you. This is my first stream of the year, and I'm so excited to be back with all of you. Welcome to the Simone Bailly Show. I'm your host. We have a very special show for you today. I will be interviewing Ronnie from Need for Speed Most Wanted, actor Paul Dzenkiw. Paul and I have been friends for many years, and we got to work together on the video game Need for Speed Most Wanted, and it's so great to have him on the show. I will be interviewing him, and we'll take some questions from the live chat in just a bit. But before I bring on my guest of honor, I want to give a quick shout out to all the fans and all of my subscribers. Thank you all so much for all of your love and support. It means a lot. You guys are so awesome. So right now we have fans tuning in from all over the world, and it makes me so happy. Thank you so much. So do me a favor. Please go ahead and click that like button right now and share this stream. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so you'll be the first to know when I have new videos up. Guys, I am so excited about our show today. I'm thrilled to introduce our featured guest. Let me bring him on. Dun, 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 dun.
Hey, everyone. Hey, Simone, how you doing?
Hi. He has been in many movies and TV shows like Van Helsing, The Man in the High Castle, The 100, Hot Tub Time Machine, The Twilight Zone, the TV movie Carrie, Tron, The Next Day, and much, much more. Fans will recognize him as Ronnie McCrea from the video game Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005. Please give a warm welcome to actor Paul Dzenkiw. Hi, Paul.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. You could tell we're really friends because you can pronounce my name properly. That's a true sign.
Yes, I know. Yeah. What is there a story behind your last name at all?
I don't really think so. I think when my ancestors came over to Canada,
I don't really think so.
Maybe. I don't know. I think it's the typical, they just in their language spoke a word to the immigration officer, and he just wrote down some letters, and that became my name. So yeah. Yeah,
cool.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Well, it's really good to see you.
Yeah, you too. You too.
Yeah. So it's cool. You're coming live from Vancouver, Canada. I'm here in Los Angeles. This is awesome. So we've got tons of people already in the live chat. I see. That is so great. I know the fans are really excited to see you, and we have fans from different TV shows and movies you've worked on, but of course, a lot of fans from the video game Need for Speed Most Wanted. So I'm going to dive into Need for Speed questions right away. Mm-hmm. So that was your first video game, right?
Yes, it was. Yeah. I had no idea what to expect. It was right when the new console, was it Xbox 360 came out? So the new console with the new technology, and I had no idea if I was doing mocap or what we were doing. So it was so surprising to see the style that we were shooting in, the green screen style, and to see that it was really neat. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, me too. So how did you like working with green screen, and had you worked as an actor on green screen before?
No, not to that extent. I remember, was North Shore Studios we shot that at? I believe, yeah. The entire studio was green screen. Everything from, see it there. Just one big open space, and all the cars were cardboard green screen cutouts. Every prop we used was green screen. So yeah, you really had to create your own world and create everything. So it was really interesting. It was my first experience with being that, with green screen technology being that intense. It was really neat. It was neat to sit in all the fake cars and things like that. So yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
Yeah.
I think that was my first experience doing that too. And I remember like there was just the car door frame and then like a stool, right? And so you just had to like fake it.
Yeah,
do you recall, because I'm pretty sure we did have the BMW M3 in the studio. Am I tripping, or was that real? Because I do feel like that.
Yeah, there was a couple cars. I think the BMW was there because I remember them having it on wheels and just moving it around wherever they wanted.
I wonder whatever happened to that car.
I don't know.
Like, I wonder if someone bought it. I don't know.
I don't know. Was it deckled up and everything? Was it?
In my recollection of it, yeah, that I do remember it being wrapped.
I'm sure there's wrapped. Sorry. I'm sure there's probably some photos floating around of set, and you can see if it was wrapped.
We will have to ask Habib.
Yeah. Habib.
Habib knows all.
Yeah.
So you also. Hang on one second. Got to cue up the photo. So you also got to work a lot with not only the Blacklist racers and the posse, but you shared a lot of scenes with the main cast, Mia and Razor.
Yeah.
So how is it like working with Derek Hamilton and Josie Marin?
I remember them being nice. You know, this is so long ago. Snippets from my memory and what I can remember. Derek was really nice. I still run into him every once in a while at auditions. Mia, I just remember her from when I came to set. I didn't know who was cast, and I think she was a Sports Illustrated model at the time. And it was right in my early 20s when I was buying Sports Illustrated swimsuit editions. My sister would get me one every year for my birthday because it came out around that time. And I remember her being in it. So then when I saw her on set, I was like, oh, I didn't really know who she was, but I recognized her.
You're like, oh, supermodel.
Yeah, I know you. I don't know how, but yeah.
I'm in my early 20s and you're super hot. Hello.
Yeah.
Nice to work with you.
Yeah. Yeah, but she was really nice. Yeah, she's done very well for herself.
Yeah, I thought she was really, really sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a long time ago. How long ago again was it?
So we just celebrated Need for Speed Most Wanted's 15th anniversary back the last show I did with you before the new year.
Yeah.
And so 2005.
Wow.
Yeah. I know, right?
I don't even feel 15 years old, honestly.
Yeah, I know. It's very strange. So you played one of the antagonists in the game, and your description says that your character is one of those rich kids who thinks he's ghetto.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about your audition and what your inspiration for the role was?
Yeah, I think I mentioned this before. It was apparently the character was supposed to be a rich, really, big, muscular, gruff guy. And when I read the character description, for some reason it said like Irish rapper. That's I think I misread the character description wrong. So I was just a skinny kid, So I interpreted it as I was kind of a white kid trying to be a rapper. Like I took inspiration from the video, the song Offspring. I think the song is Pretty Fly for a White Guy, or that's the one. So I took inspiration for that. So I had I literally had my hat like that. I had the necklaces. I wore my my high school basketball jersey, which was it was green. So I went all green. I went totally Irish. Everything was green.
Oh my goodness!
And I came in there and I played it like that character. And David, the director, as I started, he literally out of the corner of my eye in the room, I'm playing my scene, and I could see he just like jumps up from his chair, and he's just walking around the casting director, and he's kind of like this, and he's like, and you could just tell his mind working. And the whole time I'm trying to do my audition as this total kid that doesn't know what he's doing, and seeing him walking around. And when I was done, I left, and I was so confused whether I did a good job. Yeah, that's how I played it. Whether I did a good job or not. And
did you get the hand signals from this guy? Basically inspired by this character.
You know what? I literally just watched that video, I think, and I didn't really get the hand signals from him, but I think it just kind of grew organically with me playing that character. I didn't plan on any of those
Oh my God.
things, and I think I can't remember who it was after, because I did some voiceover stuff as well for another character. I think the character was Vince, and it was more
on this game.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
So I went in to do ADR voiceover work for my character, and they had me just voice over the Vince character. And
did they pay you extra, or did you just do them a solid?
I honestly don't remember. It wasn't that many lines, so I honestly don't remember.
Yeah.
But who was it Michael Vershinen, or I can't
Adrian,
remember.
I believe.
Adrian Vershinen.
Yeah.
He was talking to me and he goes, "Yeah, your character was supposed to be completely different." He goes, "What you did with your character, I was not expecting at all. I wanted what you did for Vince." And I was like, "Yeah, okay." Yeah, kind of screwed. Kind of missed the boat on that one.
You totally killed it, actually, because you are an iconic character, and I wanted, because we talked about this last time on the last time you were here, but I wanted to show you. Okay, so there is a well-known streamer. He's on Twitch and YouTube, and his name is Kuru HS, or he goes by Kuru HS. And I did get his blessing for using this photo, and I know he's watching right now. I think he's from Vienna, Austria. He might live in Germany, I don't know. But anyway, so this is him. So when he's when he does his stream, he dressed up like you. I don't know how many times he's done it. Maybe he's doing it right now. But anyway, he dressed up like Ronnie, and he does the hand signals. And so I think he's a fan of yours.
That is awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. I love this so much.
That's so
cool. Shout out to Kuru. Thank you for blessing us with this awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm going to show you one more.
Awesome.
This is so funny. It's so great. Yeah, and he plays the game a lot.
Mm-hmm.
See, he's got it going on.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Good.
You know what? I think it was the funnest character I've ever played. Just because there was no what's the word I'm looking for? There was no boundaries. I just kind of did whatever I want and tried to make the character as crazy and ridiculous as I possibly could. And
so they eventually just let you do what you wanted, right? Like they didn't try to change you?
No, not at all. Like, and usually you when you do something crazy, they're like, yeah, no. That's not what we had planned. But every time I do something crazy and go farther, David was just like, yeah, okay, that's good. That works. I'm like, okay. I don't know if it does, but sure, I'll trust you.
That is so funny. So was your outfit at your Need for Speed audition the most embarrassing thing you've ever worn? And if not, what was?
On camera, it might have been. It definitely isn't my look in everyday life. I think I had long hair at the time. I'm pretty sure I had long hair at that time. So yeah, the bandana. I don't usually wear bandanas in real life. So yeah, it probably was one of the most bizarre costumes I've ever worn in my life. Yeah, now I play, I'm always just dressed up in a suit or something like that. So yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
You were great in The Man in the High Castle Host. Oh, yeah. We'll talk about that in a sec. But wow.
Did you remember when we had our last stream? I don't remember our clothing being that stiff. Do you?
Well, I was a different case, right? So just, here, I'll bring it up just to remind everyone what I had to wear. Here we go. So I was in your typical cop outfit, obviously. This is exactly what cops wear. Yeah. And So all my clothes were skin tight, obviously.
Yeah.
And I remember with my hair, they had to like really like put a pound of hairspray in just so that the hair would not move, because we were filming on real film and they would just digitize us immediately and put us into the cinematics. Very similar to what you see in the movie Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
And for the viewers who don't know this, the production team decided that to make things look CG, computer generated, they had all the clothing basically literally dipped in glue so that it would be very stiff.
Yeah.
And then they, the actors had to wear that kind of stuff to avoid wrinkles. And yeah, you don't remember that though. Like,
I don't remember it feeling that stiff. I don't know. Maybe that's the style of clothing I wore in 2005. So I didn't really notice the difference. Yeah. When Habib showed us that, I completely did not remember that at all.
It's pretty wild, but yeah, if you look at look at your shirt.
Yeah.
That does look stiff.
It does. Yeah, it does.
It's like you could knock on it, right?
Yeah, because it stays like that. I do remember my hair just being in chunks. Like it was literally, they put so much hairspray and text. I don't know what he put there. Back in those days, like hard gel in 2005 was probably just the worst gel you can imagine. And that was just, it was just like icicles hanging down from my head.
Gel was making a killing back then. So on our last stream, I asked you, of your two Ronnie cars, the Toyota Supra or the Aston Martin DB9, which did you prefer? And you said...
Yeah, what did I say?
I'll give you a hint. It looks like this. You said the Aston Martin DB9.
Yeah.
Was the preferred Ronnie car.
Yeah, I do like it. I like the wrapping on it as well. I like the colors of that. But yeah, I guess if I had my choice, I would definitely pick an Aston Martin. But yeah, I actually like that body style too. I watched some stuff on the Vulcan yesterday, and I like the DB9 body style.
Yeah, because we had a fan asking what you thought about the Vulcan.
Yeah, I like it. It looks great. But then when I look back at the DB9, I'm like, yeah, I still like that body style. Yeah.
Well, point of interest about the Vulcan, I believe that the price tag on a Vulcan is $2.3 million. And I think there were only like a limited number. I mean, obviously the fans probably know way more than me because I'm not.
Yeah, I think they only made like 20.
A car expert by any stretch, but and I think when it comes to the Vulcan, if you ever want to take it onto the track, you have to get permission from Aston Martin. Like,
oh, really?
So you can't. Yeah, you can't just like freestyle and go onto the track. So
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. And interestingly enough, I believe Dean McKenzie, who plays Sergeant Cross, he said that back in the day when they were filming the first James Bond movie, that they had asked Aston Martin to like be one of the cars, and they were like, no. And then once the movie came out, they're like, oh, yes, actually.
Oh, funny.
We would like that.
Yeah.
So do you remember what your dream car was growing up?
You know, I think it was a Lambo. I think that's what it was. I never really had a lot of posters of cars or anything on my wall. I was like a 80s hair metal guy, so I had posters of all the bands on my walls. But I always remembered I loved saying Countach. So I really liked that car, so I had a couple posters of that.
This right here is the Lambo from Most Wanted.
Oh, the Gallardo. Yeah.
Just to remind everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was probably my dream car growing up. It changed a lot. It went to trucks, and then it went to everything. But yeah,
Really, trucks?
yeah. I grew up on a farm, so
okay, yeah. I'm from Alberta, Canada, as well, but I've never been a truck person, to be honest.
Yeah, I grew up.
Tons of friends that are like super into trucks. I don't know. It's just not for me personally. It's like I like compact. Like
yeah, I'm not anymore. It was
VW Golf kind of girl.
Yeah. My sister was totally. She was. I have two sisters, and they're older than me, and one of them loved Chevy short boxes, and so I think
I don't even know what that looks like.
It is a truck with a, it's compact because it's got a really short box, and you'd soup it up and lift it and everything. So I think I just kind of was influenced by her, and I liked that when I was a kid. Yeah.
Oh. So. The chat is going so crazy. I keep trying to highlight a thing, but it already skips ahead, so then I miss what I was trying to highlight. Yeah, you guys there's a lot of people here. This is awesome. And shout out to everyone watching. You were saying?
Oh, no. Yeah, I think I was just influenced by my sister and what she loved those trucks, and, all the guys she wanted to date, I think were driving them. So I was like, okay, they're cool.
Like, cool. If I want a girl, then maybe some good intel there. Yeah, nice. So what car did you actually drive growing up?
My first car was, I think it was a Chevy. I think it was a Chevy Spectra, if I'm not mistaken. It was this little white thing that was absolutely horrible. It was so cold in Alberta where I grew up, and I remember I had some carburetor issues, so it kept on always sputtering and stuff when I was climbing a hill going to school. So I had to always pull over in minus 20-degree weather, pop the hood. I had to stick not really a mechanic, so I don't really know. Using all the right terms, but I had to stick a bolt to hold the something open on the carburetor so it got enough air to get me up the hill. But I remember I could still picture the tape deck that I had in it, and I had one tape, and it was the Tea Party, and I played that all the time. So anytime, I very rarely hear the Tea Party right now, but anytime I hear the Tea Party on radio, it takes me right back to that car. Right back to like 25 years ago when I was driving it. And then I upgraded. I got a Pontiac Grand Prix, which was so cool to me at that time because it had a heads-up display. So I never had to look down because I keep my my steering wheel right over the speed, so I can never tell the speed when I'm driving. So to have the heads-up display and have it projected in the windshield was great for me. And then you just got to see that number climb when I was, I drove it way too fast and way too dangerously. But if my mom.
The fans in the chat are asking, what are you driving now?
Right now, I drive a Volkswagen Jetta TDI.
I used to have a Jetta.
Yeah, I really like
it. I went to the Golf, and I was like, oh, I'm a Golf girl now.
Yeah. I didn't know that the diesels had so much power, so it's so fun to drive up the mountains and things like that. I used to drive a Civic, and it was great, but it just didn't have the power to climb. And I just love my Jetta when I whip by people up hills and stuff because it's such a little car, but it has so much power. So I like it. I think it's the torque that it has that gets me up hills quick. So yeah.
And if you could have a dream car now, do you know what that would be?
No, I don't. I'm aging myself out, so I'm going more of like an SUV so I can go snowboarding and skiing easily with winter.
Oh, I miss snowboarding. I wish I could go snowboarding.
Yeah. But no, dream car for me right now. That's a really good question. I'll put that in the back of my mind and think about it.
It's funny because I feel like a lot of people, like of the friends I have, would all say Tesla.
Really?
I have never driven a Tesla. I've sat in the driver's seat of one, but I haven't driven one. But apparently they are amazing.
Really?
For a multitude of reasons. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I like them. I'm not really. I guess I don't really love the look of them. They're good. I like the design it's well designed, but it's not really my taste.
Yeah.
So yeah,
there was one though that came out that kind of has the body similar to the Aston Martin body, you know, like the body that I just showed you of your car.
Yeah.
It's kind of esque like that.
Yeah.
So not all of them are, you know, that horrible blind spot mobile.
Yeah.
You'd see in like the other versions of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know, okay, I've already lost it because we have so many people in the chat.
Yeah.
But people were asking, do you like playing the villain?
You know what? I do. It's actually, it's way funner to play the villain. I think I'm somewhat real life. I'm kind of just the nice kid next door. So it's
I thought you were going to say in real life you are a villain.
No. No, I wish. They have so much more fun.
That's like a t-shirt. Villains have so much more fun.
Yeah, exactly. So it's good to get into that character. And just I find with actors, especially people that are nice in real life, play villains really well. And people that play really nice people on screen usually aren't that nice in real life. It's kind of a switch.
I actually think there's something to that.
Yeah.
In a way. Yes.
That's really odd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Another question from the chat. Do you play other Need for Speed games?
I didn't play too many of them. No. I got Most Wanted, and I played that and played it. I don't game that much anymore. I did back then a bit, but I just don't have time to do it as much anymore. Now it's mainly when I go visit my sisters and play with my nephews, and they're into NHL and things like that. So I get my ass whooped by a 12-year-old and a 14-year-old and that's now. I still got my ass whooped by an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old years ago. So it's embarrassing, but yeah,
that'll happen.
Yeah. So no, I didn't play many other the Need for Speed games, but I did play Most Wanted a lot. When I pulled out my own, when I used to sit on set, I literally had my PSP, and I played like this. This saved me.
Oh yeah.
So much. I played this like rapid, but I played this constantly on set, and like when we film, we have 12, 14-hour days and so much downtime. But I wasn't really that great of a gamer, so I never got up the blacklist like I wanted to. Yeah.
Just give him a hand signal. Throw him a bone. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know what I like the hand stuff. I like I said, I don't know where it came from. I think they just stuck me in that like a cardboard group.
Yeah.
And they were like, play. So I was just, like I said, I really challenged.
Oh, so you kind of came up with the hand signals on the day, when you were filming?
I had nothing planned. They were just like, and I was like,
That is
I didn't know what I was doing, and that, those are the takes that they used, and it's hilarious. Yeah.
Can you promise me that if you're ever in a situation where you are beside someone in another car, that you just do the hand signals? Because you got to do the callback.
I know.
So you were wearing sunglasses in the game. Do you ever get recognized?
The funny thing is I don't get recognized by my friends if I wear a hat on the street. It's really odd. So no, I don't really get recognized at all. From the
Or do you get recognized for anything else that you've been in?
Not usually. I'm very shy. So when I'm out, I usually have my hoodie on and a hat, and I just kind of go about my business. So
like
no,
a typical movie star.
no,
Like,
no, not at all.
paparazzi, leave me alone. It's
Yeah.
too much. It's too much.
No, I'm just really shy, so I try hide.
It's so funny. I don't consider you shy, but I guess
The funny thing is, people say that if you know me, I'm not shy, but if you don't know me,
Yeah.
it's I'm not very outgoing, so it takes a while for my walls to come down, I guess. Funny thing about those glasses, were you wearing glasses on the show at all, and on the video game at all?
Yes, I was. I will show you a picture, or it didn't happen. All right, sorry guys, it just takes me a second to pull it up. I'm a team of one, everyone. Okay. So there I am. Yeah, and so what Dean and I were talking about on one of my other streams, we were talking about this, that not only were the clothes, especially for the men, were glued, basically, like pre-glued to be stiff. Our sunglasses also were sprayed so that they wouldn't reflect, as you can see there.
That's what I was just going to mention, because now that you mentioned the sunglasses, I actually remember, and this might have something to do with my character developing the way it did, and just me using hand signals and everything, because I couldn't see anything. Anytime I was wearing glasses, I was acting blind. I basically had like a sliver. I could see where my feet were going, but other than that, I was completely acting blind. I was listening to people and trying to hit my mark. I could just hit my mark out of that little sliver that I could see, but I was just basically looking at voices. And so I think that's, luckily my hands didn't actually hit people, because I couldn't see if they were close to me at all. So it was really weird. That was an odd experience. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to address this because everyone always asks, oh, wait, sorry, not this. Dang, it's the wrong comment. Okay. So it's this comment. So everyone always asks me if I can bring on Josie and if I can bring on Derek. So you guys, I have asked both of them and invited both of them onto the show. Josie, as LP Ripper 24, will be the first to tell you, she does not respond. So you guys will have to reach out to her or just go stalk her Instagram channel if you want to see her, because I'd love to have her on. And Josie, if you ever see this, you're welcome to come on anytime. And same with Derek. But yes, unfortunately, yeah, they're busy with other things. I know she's got her makeup line, and Derek is acting, and he also has his masonry company. So yeah, but much love to those guys. But yes, thank you for suggesting that. I definitely would love to have them on. But actually, now that everyone is here, I just reached out to Kevin, who played Toru.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're working on him coming back. And then also I will have some other guests from the Need for Speed community as well. So anyway, stay tuned.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. What was I gonna ask you? Yeah, did we talk about what video games you played growing up?
Don't know if we did. It was the one thing. I was an absolute TV junkie when I was a kid. I grew up on a farm in a small town. We had one channel, and I sat in front of the TV all the time. I watched absolutely everything that was on. So my parents really did not want to get me a game console. I wanted a Nintendo so bad when I was a kid, but they wouldn't, because they knew I would not leave the house at all. So it wasn't until I was probably, 15, that I got my first game console. It was a Sega Genesis. And I think I played NBA Jam all the time. I didn't have many games, but I played that constantly. And whenever I was at friends, I would always play whatever they had. But it's funny. Even now, I have my little Game Boy I had sitting away in a box. And the one game I did play, and you played all the time, was Mario Bros.
I played that. I'd finish it and play it again, and play it again, and play it again. Yeah.
Yeah. So I played it when I was a kid. I never had a Nintendo myself, but I played it with all my friends. And then probably about around 15 years. I don't know when the first little colored Game Boys came out, but I got one, and I got a Mario Bros game for that. And it's crazy because I hadn't played it for 10 years, and you remember where everything is hidden. Like through all the levels, you go to the exactly where the hidden coins are. And the weird part is I pulled it out about a month ago, and I haven't played it in probably 15 years, and I still remembered everything. It's just like second nature. It's like riding a bike. So I found that such a weird, I can't remember what I did yesterday, but I remember where coins are hidden on Mario Bros from 20 years. Bizarre.
So George is asking, what is your favorite moment on the set of Most Wanted?
That's a good question.
Working with Simone Bailey.
That's true. Yes,
Who said that?
I think it was Simone. It was, I think it was it 6 days? We did that in 6 days?
Well, that also was another question the fans had. I can't remember because at the time I was filming I actually had to do that and Stargate SG-1 in the same day. Like I had to do 2 shows in a day. Yeah, there was 1 week where I did 4. Well, it just happened. But yeah, I did 4 shows in a week.
Yeah,
acting on different shows. And so it was so strange that like I was on, an alien on this planet, and then I had to go and get, plastered in hairspray and be this sexy cop. So it's just like, felt a little disorienting, but it is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember.
I believe, I don't know why, but 6 days just sticks in my head. So
all right, we'll call it 6 days.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
My favorite moment on it.
Oh, someone said you're beautiful, Paul. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you.
Well, thank you if that was true. But I think it was honestly, it was all fun, but I think it was being in the cardboard cars. It was kind of, like you said, you just had, it was weird. It was like playing make-believe in these green cardboard cars. And that was fun. I remember that. And just being in the character. I think the whole time just being in the character was fun because it was so not me. And I just got to watch looking like that for 6 days. And it was fun. That still to date is probably the funnest acting gig I've ever had.
Because you have so much freedom and it's, fun. And yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
For me, I remember there was a moment where we're filming on the green screen and I had no idea what the city of Rockport would really look like.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, oh, come over to the monitors. And normally when you film something, the monitors are really small. But on this shoot, I remember they had these sharp Aquas, like giant, like flat screens. And
they were probably like $30,000 back then.
Because sharp Aquas was like the best of the best, right? And so they would show us, they would just instantly put us in this digital like world, basically in the CG world. And it had already been pre-rendered because I think that's what Habib Zargapur, the art director of Need for Speed Most Wanted, said, that I think we're the last piece of the game because they had done all of this previs and all the like fancy tech for the game. Yeah. And then the acting, the cinematics was the last piece. So
okay.
Super cool.
Yeah. That's what I was going to ask you because I don't actually remember seeing the rendering when we were filming.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember that. So I was going to say, did you see the rendering when we were filming? Because I don't.
I did, but like it was only because they invited us. Because I think that was when I was just filming with Dean and we were doing the pinstripe scene and peek under the hood, all that stuff. And they're like, oh yeah, come see. I was like, holy smokes, this is amazing.
To be fair, I think I had those glasses glued onto me, so I couldn't see anything else.
Plus you had the hair and like, blinded by your own hand signals, right? So we'll get back to Need for Speed in a sec, but I just want to kind of go back in time.
Yeah.
I want to learn a bit about your background. So tell us where you grew up and how you would describe yourself when you were younger. Let's hear about young Paul, aka young Ronnie.
Yeah, Ronnie. Well, I grew up on a farm. So I grew up on
What kind of farm was it?
It was a grain farm. So I grew up on a grain farm in northern Alberta.
Oh, I was picturing pigs.
We did have at one point, yes, we did have.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you eat bacon at the time?
I don't remember. I probably.
Oh.
I don't. Yeah, I don't remember.
Were you a bad pig owner, or no?
No, we were really good because we didn't have many of them, so they were more like pets. Rather.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we sold them or anything. They were just we had them around the farm. Yeah, no, it was mainly a grain farm. We didn't really have animals. We had some chickens and things like that. But yeah, I was really still am. I was a very shy, reserved kid. The town I grew up in is tiny, like 20 houses. So
what was the town? Can you say, or is it private? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's a totally different world from living in the city, and it was so small that when I tell people where I'm from, they can't really believe that I'm from such a small town. But it was really fun. So my whole childhood, there wasn't a lot to do, but I played hockey from when I was probably 4 years old. So we did that all the time on the outdoor rinks and everything. And I can't remember how old I was. I was probably 8 when I got my first motorbike. So that's what we did all summer.
8?
Yeah, I'd say 8, 10,
okay.
Probably around there. Maybe 10. I can't really remember. I got my first motorbike then, and we literally spent, me and my friends spent our summers just riding motorbikes all around the country. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, so literally
that'd be so much fun.
Yeah, and the weird thing is I can't even really imagine it now with cell phones and everything, but we would disappear. We'd disappear into the woods and everything for the whole day. Our parents would have no idea where we were. And sometimes we'd wreck our bikes and we'd be stuck and I'd have to jump on the back of my other friends' bikes. But if something bad happened to us, literally you would never find us where we were. We were in such remote places all the time, but we would just take off. And that's what I did all summer is I just rode motorbikes. Wow. Yeah. So there wasn't much to do, but I did have a lot of fun growing up. It was great to have that freedom, just go out in the front yard and hit golf balls, and because there was so much space, and didn't hit my neighbor's windows too often, but I did every once in a while. Yeah. So it was fun. It was a good childhood growing up on a farm, and yeah, like I said, I was a pretty shy, reserved kid. I had my group of friends that I hung out with, and yeah, that was it.
It's so funny that you mentioned the ice rinks just out in the open, because I remember that too growing up in Calgary, Alberta when I was younger, and then I later moved to Vancouver, Canada. But when I lived in Calgary, I remember all the local parks, they would just run a hose and put up some borders, and then it would just freeze, and the next thing you know, it's like instant ice rink. And so you grew up skating all the time, and it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I remember a couple years my dad actually made the community ice rink, so I learned how to make ice with him.
That's really nice of him.
Yeah. Yeah, our community had, the rink was way too big that it was built, so it was such a huge chore to make it. I think it was an Olympic size ice rink, so now they've scaled it down to just something small.
Why would they do that? Game's so huge. They're like, this is going to be the biggest ice rink. We're going Olympic.
I know, it was kind of crazy. So one end where everybody skated was always upkept, and it was great in it. The other end, nobody really even went to, so the ice was always garbage there and chipped up. But yeah.
That is so funny. So you said you played hockey. I'm curious what position you played.
I played center. Yeah, I played center. I still do play.
Oh.
Yeah, that's one thing with this pandemic. Everything's shut down, so it's something that I really miss because I think I only took 1 year off playing when I was in college, but I played pretty much every year since I've been 5. So this is the first year, besides that 1 year in college, that I'm not playing, and it's really hard. It's
yeah.
So hoping everything.
It's so much fun. I grew up playing floor hockey. I was a wing.
Oh, okay.
I played wing. Yeah. But I was a good scorer. I was quite athletic growing up. So yeah, I feel you. And ice hockey too is such a wicked sport for staying in shape, and just like it's exhilarating, especially with the cold, right?
Yeah.
The cold and the gear, and then the smell of your outfit after. It's like it's a whole situation.
Yeah, it's weird that when you mention smell, it's weird that like hockey rinks have this very unique smell. So when I took that year off in college and I didn't play, the first time I went back into arena, I was just like, oh, you feel at home because you're like, oh, I miss that smell. Because when you play hockey, we have practice 2-3 times a week and then a game every week. So you're in a rink for 4 days a week. So that was just the smell that reminded me of my childhood, and it kind of disappeared for a year. And then when you step back into it, it's so familiar that,
Well, I look forward to the day you get to go back.
Yeah.
I noticed actually in one of the movies you were in, you actually got to play a hockey player.
I did. I was in MVP 2. I actually did
most vertical primate.
Vertical or valuable.
Or valuable.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I thought I read vertical, but then when I was thinking about it, it's like it should be most valuable. Yeah.
Yeah. So I played a hockey player.
Did you work with the monkey?
I did. It was actually really fun, but very like they're vicious. Like they can be absolutely vicious if and they're so strong. So when you're working with them, they really warn you, like, don't make any sudden movements. Don't
sudden movements. You're playing hockey.
Yeah, I know. So it's
like I'm gonna slowly play hockey. Right now.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is, it's a chimp, and the chimp could skate. Like their dexterity is so amazing. So they could skate, he could skateboard and everything like that. So you just kind of have to skate slow around them. But there was one scene, I was stunt double. I also was a stunt double, hockey stunt double for one of the lead actors. And there was a couple of scenes where the chimp had to come and give them a hug and stuff. So I actually had to hold it. And that's when they were like, yeah, don't make sudden movements. This is not a normal animal. If you startle it, it has the strength to absolutely destroy. It will rip your face off. So
they're like, you signed the waiver, right? You're good. Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. But it was a really neat experience. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. That's crazy. Okay, random question. What movie did you watch as maybe a kid that completely scarred you?
It's actually easy. It was Gremlins. It was Gremlins. When I was a kid, I watched Gremlins, and it really scarred me. I was so scared after that movie. I can't remember how old I was. Now I watch it and it's hilarious. It's so funny. I can't believe I was ever scared as a kid. But what
scene in particular scared you? Because even the shop scene in the beginning is quite scary with the Asian like shopkeeper, and it's kind of like creepy, but then it's cute. But then when they first, turn, when they get wet, and they.
I think it was when they. Yeah, I think it was when they turn. I just remember always thinking they're going to be climbing out of my closet and everything when I was a kid sleeping.
And Gizmo's like fur would bubble and it would be like really like
Yeah.
Like you were so cute and now you're just gross.
Yeah, that movie really, really scared me. So yeah, I didn't watch many horror movies after that because if Gremlins freaked me out, I was like, oh.
Oh wow.
But yeah, now I watch it and it's hilarious. I'm like, I can't believe I was scared of this as a kid. But yeah.
Okay, so I'm another random question. So I'm always curious, what other jobs did you have besides being an actor? Or before you were an actor?
Yeah, before my first job was actually at a restaurant. I was a dishwasher in the summer. So I worked as a dishwasher at a restaurant. Yeah.
What a waste of a good face.
I think the reason I work there is because on my lunch break I got free cheeseburgers and I can make them myself, so I can put as much stuff on them as I wanted to. So that was one of the reasons why I actually liked the job. And then I don't think I saved any money from that job at all. I spent it all on Mad and Crack magazines. Literally, I think every dollar I made.
Crack magazines?
Cracked.
Yeah,
Mad magazine.
Oh, Mad magazine.
Mad
okay.
magazine.
I didn't know it was called Cracked. I remember my brother had a lot of Mad magazines.
Yeah,
it was very popular way back.
I would get my paychecks where, oh man, I don't even know. I think minimum wage back then was probably like $3.75 or something. So when I'd get my paychecks, it was just straight to the magazine stand and I'd grab the first 2 copies, and that's where all my money went.
Okay, we have a fan question. What kind of music do you listen to? I think I recall you really liking Guns N' Roses at a certain point in your life, right?
Yeah,
but I don't know what.
I did when I was growing up. I did like Guns N' Roses. I'm a rock fan, alternative 90s music still. My favorite band is Pearl Jam. I've liked them since.
Have you seen Eddie Vedder live?
Yes, I've probably about 4 or 5 times. Yeah, their concerts are amazing.
I really want to see him because all of my fave like 90s heroes are passed away pretty much.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, like Chris Cornell. And I also love Shannon Hoon from Blind Melon. But anyway, yeah, so I just want to make sure I catch Eddie Vedder now.
Yeah.
Not right now, but soon at some point when it's clear to do so.
Yeah, he still looks like he's doing good, so he's he'll be around for a while. Yeah, I hope they're one of those bands that just keep touring and touring and touring. No, every time they're in town, I go see them. Every time they tour, I go see them, whether I have to travel. But
and do you like singing his songs in the shower?
No, I don't really sing in the shower that much.
Oh, really? No, you don't do that?
The concert, when I leave.
That's not me really singing, everyone, so just relax.
I'm an absolute horse when I leave every concert because I screaming my lungs out singing the whole time. But it's, yeah, it's just, they
doing the old, with the beer, right? Like,
They play for like 2.5 hours every concert, and it's so fun to be there because they actually just have so much fun. Like a lot of bands you go to, you can tell it's a job. They come, they do their set, and they get off when they plan to. Pearl Jam just keeps going. They sing covers. They literally play till everybody wants to leave and they're done, and they seem so happy doing it. So I'm such a huge Pearl Jam fan. I have been since I can remember. So
yeah, that's cool.
When 10 came out, it was it kind of changed my appreciation for that kind of music. So like I said, I was a hair metal junkie when I was really young. So yeah, the whole grunge movement of the 90s really changed my style of music that I like. But yeah. Yeah, and then I like classic rock too. I still like was it last time the Who was in town? Great concert. I love the Who. Love listening. Led Zeppelin I love. Yeah. So yeah.
Did you ever get into Greta Van Fleet?
Not really. No.
So Greta Van Fleet is a newer band. Okay. They're very, very young, and they're actually like a couple of them at least are related, like brothers. But Greta Van Fleet sounds like Led Zeppelin. And I went to one of those music festivals in Vancouver called Skookum. And I was like, oh, what's this band? And I just stumbled upon them. And the guy came out and he just wailed. And I was like, what is even happening right now? Like, this band sounds exactly like Led Zeppelin, but they're playing original songs.
Oh, okay.
And now I've like stalked this band and like seen them many times. So you should check out Greta Van Fleet. They are awesome. Yeah,
Cool.
if you like Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Kind of some new music to listen to.
Yeah.
Okay, curious.
Oh, yeah.
What made you want to become an actor? And when did you start acting?
You know what? I really had when I was growing up, I had no aspirations to become an actor. I
really had no aspirations, but
I didn't. I was so into sports, and I was so into hockey and baseball and everything that acting wasn't really on my radar. It wasn't until after college how did I get into it? I met an acting agent, and they just where was it? Can't remember where it was. But anyways, they called me in for an interview, and they gave me some sides just to audition. And once I did that, I liked it. And then once I jumped into classes, I caught the bug, and then it was kind of all I wanted to do. It's one of those things that once you catch the acting bug, it gets you. And yeah, so it was probably
I like the attention.
No, that's actually what I
like being told I'm good looking and I'm really good at this.
No.
I'm totally joking. I'm joking.
That's the one thing I actually don't like is the attention. I'm not the typical actor that is outgoing and performs and in my everyday life and is always just on. That's not me. But I do like to dive into the work and actually become characters and that. So but like I said, once it was probably around 20, when I was 20 years old.
Hey, Paul.
How you doing?
Hey, how you doing? Thank you.
It was probably when I was around 20 years old that I really started wanting to act more and more. And then once you book a couple roles, it really it really gets into you, and then you can't let it go.
Yeah, for sure. So speaking of you being great, I watched as much as I could in the time I had. Some of your The Man in High Castle, you played a recurring role in season 3.
Yes.
And you played Agent Matthews. You look fantastic, and the wardrobe department did an awesome job. Amazing art direction.
Yeah.
For those of you who haven't seen the show, The Man in the High Castle is streaming on Amazon Prime in the US. I don't know where else it is in the world. How is it in Canada?
It's on Amazon Prime in Canada. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So for those who haven't seen the show, can you kind of talk generally about like what the show is about and your character without many spoilers? Yeah,
it's an alternate reality where the Nazis won the Second World War. So they basically the Axis won. So and they've split up the U.S. So the East Coast is controlled by the Nazis, and the West Coast is controlled by the Japanese. So yeah, it's very odd. So basically, everybody in America, in the East Coast of America, had to become a Nazi. So yeah, it's I can't remember who wrote the novel that it was based on. But it's definitely,
I can't remember either. But
it's an alternate reality of history. So it's quite interesting.
And this is you in the show. You look amazing.
I play a American spy that works for the Nazi Party. So
how did that feel like, because obviously that's a pretty loaded role to play a Nazi.
It is. It's yeah, it is very loaded, and it's you just kind of have to. Yeah, Philip K. Dick was the author. Yeah, it's
oh, whoops.
Sorry.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It definitely you kind of have to just forget that history and time and just play a character. Yeah, the I was an American in it, so I didn't, it was somebody that was taken over by the party when they took over the East Coast. So,
Right.
Yeah, it's definitely difficult to step into those roles. I remember speaking to an actor and two actors actually, and they were for Twilight Zone back in the day. They were playing a scene from the Second World War, and they said the actors on opposite sides actually had such animosity towards each other by the end of the shoot because they took it like they took their characters seriously, and it really got into them. So yeah, you have to be careful not to. You kind of have to distance yourself from that, and yeah,
for sure. But Need for Speed fans will be happy to know another Need for Speed Most Wanted actor is in the same episodes, a couple of the same episodes as you. And who is that?
Yeah, that's Kevin. It was funny because I was actually sitting in my.
So Kevin, is it Otsuju? Is that how you pronounce his last name?
I'm not sure how to pronounce it.
Okay, well, he played Toru.
Yeah.
Sato.
Yeah.
And then what's crazy is his character in The Man in High Castle. His last name of the character is also Sato.
Oh, really? That's
it's
funny.
like, hey, it's so, yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Point of interest for the Need for Speed fans. Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't seen him in years, and I was sitting in the green room, and he came in, and I was like, Kevin. Yeah, and yeah, we had a good reunion talk for about an hour, caught up. But yeah, we're in the same episodes.
We might have to invite you back when I get him back.
Oh yeah.
Or when I get him on the show.
Yeah.
I'll invite you and see if you're available to come say hello as well. That's awesome. That's so great. Yeah, it's a really interesting show. It's really beautifully shot, and like I say, the wardrobe's amazing, and you did a really great job.
Yeah,
it was really fun to watch you. I was like,
yeah, the performances are really well. The Rufus Sewell, I think that's how you say his last name. He does a really good job.
Sewell, I believe.
Yeah, Sewell.
And I like him because he played the bad guy in one of my favorite movies, A Knight's Tale.
Yeah.
Nerd. I'm such a nerd. But I was watching it and I was like, oh, I know that guy. And then I was like, oh yeah, he's in A Knight's Tale.
Yeah, he's a very nice guy. Very talented. Yeah. So it was a good experience. Yeah.
Nice. That show, did it originally film in Toronto and then it moved to Vancouver?
No, it filmed in Vancouver from the start.
Oh,
yeah, I believe so. Unless they shot the pilot in Toronto, but I think they shot everything in Vancouver.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Now I saw on your IMDb that you did some stunts. I was curious, like how many stunts have you done, and what were the stunts? And did you get hurt?
No, I did. Let's see, stunts. I did stunts on a TV movie, Carrie. I did some stunt stuff there. I did stunts on that MVP hockey stunts, and then I was a stunt double for
braving your life with the monkey.
Yeah, I know.
Trying to get your face ripped off.
Yeah.
Give me some extra pay there, people.
Yeah. Yeah, don't recommend hugging a chimp.
Don't hug the chimp. Oh my goodness.
I was a stunt double for the lead in a show called The Sausage Factory. So I was Adam Brody's stunt double for the first season of that TV show.
I worked with Adam. I like him.
Yeah,
I did a movie called Life Partners with Adam Brody. He's great.
Okay.
He's such a nice guy. Yeah.
So before he got the OC, he did a series called The Sausage Factory in Vancouver, and I was a stunt double for the first season. So I remember falling off a house I remember,
just your typical thing. Just,
yeah.
Well, what are you doing today, son? Oh, mom, I'm just falling off the house. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I swung from a banner and hit a wall. I remember I had to do like high jumping. I remember one scene I was getting chased by a dog and I had to high jump a chain link fence. And I was newer into stunts, so I was surprised that when you high jump, you land on your back. It was surprising that because you could see the whole floor, we didn't have any room to put a mat. So I was like, okay, yeah, okay, sure. I'm high jumping and landing straight on my back on the ground, which wasn't that fun, but when you do it a couple times, you just stop hurting. I'm
crazy.
Stunts is I never pursued it longer because I think my body would have given up on me getting injured that much. But the guys that do it, like, props to them. It is such a what's the word I'm looking for? It's
a taxing job.
It is a very taxing job, and it takes a lot out of them. A lot of stunt performers are very injured when they get older, and so much respect for them.
For sure.
They all do such a great
job.
job.
I've had to do a few stunts too. I once did a bar fight, and this guy, so they had the candy glass bottles, and I break it over a guy's head, and then this guy just punches me in, like, fake punches me in the face, right? So they had it where I had to keep, like, whipping my head back to, like, sell the punch. Well, the next day I was like, whiplash, man. Like, it was not worth it. And every time I do a stunt, I get so injured. I'm like, why would you do that to yourself? Like, huge respect for the real pros who do it.
So much respect for that.
That's not really my bag,
Yeah. No, for me, I never really trained to be a stunt performer. So whenever I take falls or hits, I was actually taking the fall or the hit like you would in real life, awkwardly and not properly. So props to the people that train and know how to do that. It's a skill.
For sure. You had a YouTube show called The Big Show, and you did that. You hosted that.
Yes.
Or co-hosted it with actor Sean. Ooh, that's my alarm that I should of wrapping it up, because we only have Paul for a limited time, people. Anyway, with Sean Rogerson, and he's an actor who's done, like, a lot of stuff. I saw that he was one of the regulars in Harper's Island. He's been in Supernatural and Bitten, and even for the Stargate fans, he was in Stargate Atlantis playing Nevik, I think it's season 4. Anyway, tell us, how did that show come about?
That show was actually a friend of mine.
Bring up a photo for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
They know what we're talking about.
A friend of mine, me and a friend of mine, had an idea to produce a show, and then we met somebody that had a time slot on local Vancouver TV station. It was actually a TV station in Victoria called Check TV. And so we had the time slot. We just had to produce the show for it. And we were trying to come up with ideas, and we came up with kind of a interview show with comedy sketches mixed in. And we actually shot a pilot with 2 hosts, and then it didn't work out. So we were scheduled to shoot.
Oh, with 2 other hosts?
With 2 other hosts, yeah. So
so you were like a producer on it, and you're like, oh, I'm not going to be in it.
Yeah, I was a producer. I wasn't going to be in it. We were just.
That's interesting.
Yeah, we shot it with 2 other hosts, and we didn't like the final product. So it came time to shoot the next show, and my buddy was like, "Why don't you just host it?" And I'm like, "Okay, I'll host it." And I tried to scan my friends who would want to host it, and Sean's a friend of mine, so I asked him, so he came on board, and we shot, I think, 6 episodes of it, and it was a lot of work. It was my first foray into producing, and because we did it kind of on the cheap, I was producing, I was hosting, I was editing it. I kind of did everything, and writing all the skits for it and everything. So it was really fun. It was a great learning experience. Yeah, I really liked it. We had who did we have as guests? I'm trying to.
You had our friend Crystal Lowe.
Crystal Lowe was our first guest.
Yeah.
Uwe Boll, we had on.
Really? Oh
yeah.
my gosh, that's
Yeah.
crazy. That's a director for everyone who doesn't know. Yeah.
Yeah, and a couple other actors from Vancouver, and yeah, it was fun. It was really fun to do. It just became so much work for me because like I said, I had to end up finding locations and editing it and hosting it and putting it all together. So yeah, it ran on TV across Canada on Czech TV for about a year, and yeah.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's super cool.
Yeah. So I think
So for anyone here that wants to check out Paul's show, The Big Show, you look up the YouTube channel Big Show, and it's there.
Yeah, I think my cousin actually threw those all up on YouTube. I don't think I did. I think he threw them
really?
on YouTube, but they had to take out the music for it because so there's not the sound on it's not the best because the music.
YouTube's such a buzzkill when it comes to music.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. What has been the highlight of your career performance-wise? Like, what performance of yours are you most proud of? And it's okay to be a little yourself.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't usually get proud of myself, but
see, now I see the shyness in you.
Yeah. That's a good question. There was a couple films I did where I got bigger parts in. Those were really fun to do because it was fun to carry a character from the beginning of the movie all the way to the end. A lot of times we just come in for one episode, or we come in for day player parts, things like that. So those couple movies, it was fun to have that character arc. Yeah, this is some movie I did with Laura Manel. Me and her were the two leads. It was called 1111, and
wow.
Yeah, that was fun. Laura's doing great now. She was actually in Man in the High Castle as well. Same season I was on. Now she's on Project Blue Book. Yeah, so she's done really well. Great actress. Yeah, those were the, you kind of are proud when you can get those bigger parts in films and carry a whole character. But yeah.
It's cool seeing these younger photos of you because that's how I remember you. Because when I lived in Vancouver, like it was kind of more around that time.
Yeah, I can't. That was.
Yeah. I spent a lot of friend time with young Paul.
Yeah, early 20s, Paul. Yeah.
Do you have? Who's been one of your favorite directors to work with?
I really liked Michael Bufaro on 1111. He was really fun to work with.
Nice.
Yeah, he did a couple more things after that, but yeah, he was probably my favorite director to work with. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
If you could have a career like another actor that you know of, who, like a famous actor, or maybe someone you know, who knows, who would it be and why?
I don't know particularly who the person would be, but I definitely like a working actor's career where I'm kind of out of the spotlight, but I continue to work. Yeah, I don't know who that would be like exactly. I like really playing character roles and getting deep into roles. So I'd like to play characters that aren't recognizable. Yes.
Yes. Well, that's why, like, my answer typically is Kate Blanchett, because I think she's just really had a wild array of characters, and she's got a lot of chops.
Yeah.
So I admire her a lot.
Yeah, anything where you work on a regular basis and you're not pigeonholed into one character kind of thing would be great.
Mm-hmm. What's a role you've always wanted to play?
Oh man, I think I would always love to play like a singer in a grunge rock band. Like if they ever did the Kurt
Oh,
Cobain
really?
or anything like that, I would have loved to play that character. Yeah. Don't know
Do you
why.
play instruments?
Mm-hmm. I play guitar. I grew up playing drums. I'm not an expert at either of them, but
Yeah,
it's fun. So I grew up
cool.
playing drums and then started playing guitar when I was in high school as well. So yeah, that would be a character that I'd really like to play. Is yeah,
I
musician.
like that answer. I wouldn't have expected that answer from you. That's
Yeah.
really cool. Have you ever had a fan moment on set working with somebody famous, be it an actor or a director or anybody? Holy smokes, it's that person.
Who is I'm just trying to think. Not many. I don't really get starstruck. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of the things I worked on. No, to tell you the truth, I don't really get starstruck. So I kind of just, like I said, I'm shy. I just kind of keep to myself. So even when I'm with actors that are big stars around there, I just kind of
you keep it cool.
Yeah, yeah. So not really many. I was thinking of this the other day. Somebody mentioned it as well, and I don't really have a particular person that I was really starstruck from, but and if they are, they're not somebody that is typically huge and well known. I guess the one that I would have been there is one, Stephen Merchant.
I can't even think who that is. Why am I?
He's
who is that?
He works
I feel
with
guilty that I don't know who that is. Maybe if I saw a photo, but
yeah, he works with Ricky Gervais. He was on Extras.
I didn't really watch that.
Yeah, he's British. He's absolutely hilarious. He's one of my favorite actors. And when I saw him on set one day, I was starstruck because it was I was doing some hockey stuff on Tooth Fairy, and The Rock was there and everything. And it's like, okay, The Rock, yeah, he's really nice, he's really cool. But then Stephen Merchant came out, and I was just like, oh my god, that's Stephen Merchant. And everybody was like, who?
Yeah.
I'm like the guy that's like 6'7", because he's so tall. And
that's so funny.
That is probably the one time that I was starstruck on set because he's so funny.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We have a question for both of us. If you were called to be in the next Need for Speed game as your old personas, or I think it's movie based on Most Wanted story, would you agree to do it?
Yeah. I like I said, it was my funnest acting experience. Was that video game. So yeah, I would do it in a second.
And if you could choose, would you want to play Ronnie McCrea again, or would you be open, or would you want to play something new?
I like the Ronnie character. I really like
I know, me too. I would want you to come back as Ronnie.
Yeah, definitely. It's like I said, it was so fun. I would definitely want to come back as Ronnie. Yeah.
And I definitely would want to come back as my role too.
Yeah.
But with a name. I was joking that my name could be Chris, so that it could be Chris Cross. Like
yeah. Nice.
But I'm open if anyone has suggestions. Well, okay, so I don't have you for much longer. Well, we'll get down to the last few questions. You're still good?
Yeah, I got, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've just got a few more.
Yeah.
Okay. Where is somewhere in the world you would love to travel to when all of this stuff is over and you're free to travel?
Yeah, a few years back, I went to Croatia and I absolutely fell in love. It was so nice being there. So that is probably the first.
I've never been there.
It's amazing. I really like it. It's probably the first place I'm going to travel to when we're allowed again. Um,
Oh, nice.
yeah, I know I've been there, and I usually like exploring new places, but I absolutely loved it there. So,
What is like? How would you describe Croatia for someone like me who's never been?
uh, it's the weather is beautiful. Like I was there in September, early September. It's still summer, so it's still hot, but the crowds are kind of gone from August. Um, the little towns that you go to, they're beach towns. They're on islands, and I like being in the water. I like being in the ocean. The water is
Yeah, me
so
too.
clear there. It's so warm. And the thing I actually didn't think I would like about it is the beaches are pebble beaches. So I thought I would like sand more because that's kind of what I was used to going to when I went to tropical destinations. But
Yeah.
so I didn't think I'd like the pebble beaches, but it's great because it's like bean bags. It's like you're sitting on bean bags, and you can make the beach however you want it, and it's so comfortable. And when you jump in the water, you jump in the water and you come back out, and you don't get dirty. So like literally, I would put my clothes on, and then you'd walk. You'd walk up the water, and you'd see a nice place to jump in and swim. So you just take your clothes off because you have your bathing suit on underneath, and you jump in, you go for a swim, and then you get out, you dry off, and you put your clothes back on, you go about your day, but you never get dirty like you do on a regular beach. So that's why I loved it so much.
Oh,
Um,
like you can't. You mean like you can't feel that like
yeah, you
I've
don't get
been
that
in
sand
the
on you.
water after feel. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just great. So it's so nice to just get on a boat and just go swimming off the boat and things like that. It's wonderful. Somebody mentioned Austria. Yes, Austria is my second.
Oh,
I have a friend in. Sorry, my brain's not working right now.
it's okay. Mine isn't either.
Yeah, I have a friend in Austria. She's in Salzburg, and I've been a couple times, and I absolutely love Salzburg. When I traveled around Europe, it kind of became a second home because I'd always stop off and see her and stay with her for a week or so. But
Mhm.
yeah, I love Salzburg. We went to Salzburg Red Bulls game, hockey game when I was there last time, and yeah, I really like it. That's probably my favorite country in like that mainland Europe. And I want to go in the winter. I haven't gone in the winter yet. I've just been there a couple times in the summer, but I really want to go to Austria in the winter. So yeah, that
I've never been.
yeah, it's lovely. I really like Salzburg. It's probably my favorite city.
Yeah, I'd like to get over that way and do Germany as well. But Wade, I'm totally with you. I also want to go to Japan.
Yes,
Yeah,
kind of
that's
everywhere.
high on my yeah everywhere, right?
Yeah.
You know. Okay, I'm throwing in a random question.
Okay.
What is the weirdest thing you've ever seen in someone else's home?
Oh, that's the weirdest.
I
thing.
know it's a weird question to ask for the weirdest thing you've ever seen in someone else's home.
That is a weird question. Let me think.
It is a weird question. I'm just throwing it out there.
Okay, so when I first went to college, there was.
I'm excited for this answer.
Yeah. No, it's not that crazy of an answer, but it's just one of those moments like out of a movie. So my hat's all crooked. I went to a friend's place. We actually went to high school together, and we ended up going to the same college. And I lived in a house with my three friends. We rented out a house, and this girl she had an apartment by herself. So we went to her apartment, and we came in to hang out one night. And in her dining room area, she had her dining room table, and then the picture behind her dining room table on the wall was her graduation picture of her, but it was literally like I don't like not 9 by 11. It was like 20 by like 35. It was like a poster.
She got the real proud size.
Yeah, I know, and I'm like,
You're like, wow.
She just had this giant poster framed photograph of herself in her house. And it was so weird to walk into somebody's house and be like, okay. That's odd.
You're like, wow, congratulations. Yeah.
I'm like, am I supposed to have a giant picture of myself in my house? It was very odd. But yeah, I'm sure there's some other things. I can't think of it at the moment, but that one was really weird. We didn't hang out too much after that.
Oh, all right. Well, you never know. Maybe it was like her proud parents that did that, or.
Yeah.
All right. I'm winding it down now. I'm curious, what are some good things that you think people can take out of self-quarantine and this whole time? What are some good things that you personally have learned or adopted? Because there's got to be some positives, right?
Yeah, it's been a tough time.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah, for everyone. So everybody that's getting through it, like, geez, good for you.
Yeah, like we survived. All of us here watching, we survived 2020. Congratulations! Yeah. High five. Yeah.
You're making me tear up.
Oh no, I don't want you to tear up. I really mean it, in a positive way, for sure.
Yeah, no, just just to really slow down, appreciate everything you have in your life. The world is going at such a fast pace. Nobody really had a chance to just step back and, not being able to go home and visit my family this Christmas.
Me too. I was literally by myself. This Christmas. I mean, I made the best of it. Anyway, sorry, didn't mean to cut you off. My apologies.
I got myself off. Yeah, so really, really appreciate the people that you have in your life. That's the main thing. I hope everybody takes that out of quarantine. And man, I hope we all get through this, and I hope everybody listening and watching is happy and healthy and stays safe.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, question. Are you on social media for people who want to follow you, or how do people stay connected and see what you're up to?
Yeah, I am right now. I have a private, my personal account, but I am going to start another account, social media account for fans and things like that. So
yeah, you should do it this week.
Yeah, if you're looking for that, I'll get you to post that when I
yeah, for sure, I will.
Definitely follow me on social media if you would like to. Yeah. Like I said, I've always kind of been a very shy, private person. So I keep that kind of to myself, but I have to have that other presence that I have to start as well. So yeah. Reach out anytime.
Yeah. Well, I think everyone is really excited to see you.
Yeah. Well, that's nice. Glad.
I'm excited to see you.
Yeah, it's really humbling seeing so many fans of the game. When you do things, you just kind of, you do them, and it kind of goes off into the ether. A lot of times you forget about it. But to see the fan base for this video game still going 15 years later is very, very humbling. Yeah.
I know. And everyone wants, well, not everyone, but a lot of people really want us to come back. And a lot of people have gone on record saying that they think that Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005 was one of the best games for car racing. And it was an award-winning game. So it would be great. So EA,
yeah,
make it happen. Ghost Games, let's do this.
Yeah, I'll have to say during, I just realized of all this during the pandemic when you made me aware of it. And I really have to say I appreciate all the fans, and I didn't know the community was out there. So I really appreciate that, and appreciate all you guys for watching and being fans of this video game for so many years. I just realized that, and it does mean a lot to me. So
yeah. Aww. Yeah, a lot of people want Most Wanted 2005 to be remastered. Here. I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
I feel you. Yes. Well, I'm going to honor. Oh, that's so great. Yay. I'm going to honor Paul's time because he's
I got
to
another
go.
5. I got another 5.
So, do you have any other messages to the fans?
No, like I said, I really appreciate you guys being fans. Figuring out that this community was out there and people have grown up with these characters has been, like I mentioned, really humbling, and I appreciate the support and everything.
Yeah.
So thank you to all of you for tuning in. It's definitely opened my eyes to it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, it's been really cool. Oh, I think they would love if you could just do one Ronnie. Just
One
give
pose.
Ronnie. Just
Okay.
one.
Pose. Okay. One. What did I do? I'm trying to remember the game. The only thing I'm trying to remember is the hands.
Just gotta move your hands, man.
Yeah. No, it's.
I remember LP Ripper 24 said at one point you did like double guns to your head or something like that.
Something like that. No, I just remember like the one thing. I actually had it at the start of my demo reel just because I found it so funny. Is when I pull up in the car and I'm just like,
yeah.
Yeah,
that
I can't.
Is so
it's
awesome.
so hard with the camera. But yeah, so I found it so funny that everybody just remembered the hand signals and just the hand movements because it's something that I naturally did when I became that character. So it wasn't conscious, it wasn't planned. It was just, So I find it hilarious that that's a thing that likes.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
This is very nice. Thank you, Wade, Simone, and Paul. You were and still so special. That's very nice. Thank you, guys.
Yes, I'm comments.
Yeah, do you mind giving a shout out to some of our live chat folks before you head off?
It's so funny. It's the ones I can pronounce.
I know it's really hard to pronounce the names correctly when you don't have the people here, but
yeah. No, I see Wade there chiming in a lot. It's pushing Japan. It's Wade from Japan.
Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah.
We could film Need for Speed in Japan.
Yeah.
Japan, bro.
Yeah, the Outlaw. See him on there.
That's awesome.
Gap Stargate. Hi, how you doing?
Yay.
Yeah. Kuru.
Oh wow, we got. Oh, Kuru.
Yeah.
So that's our guy. Hey, nice to see you. Thank you for joining.
I actually, after the last interview, I looked at some of your videos, and I found it hilarious and so awesome that you were dressed up as Ronnie. It was so funny. So
that is so great.
Yeah. So thanks for that. Awesome.
We also have Poland in the house. Hello, Poland. Yeah, where's everyone from? Let us know where you guys are right now in the world. I find that always so interesting. Let us know what country you're in.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, no, it was a good representation.
Latvia, Poland, Germany,
Finland,
Brazil, Northern Sweden,
Diego
Spain, Missouri,
New York,
Moscow, Bulgaria,
Calvin,
Scotland.
Netherlands.
Holy smokes, you guys, this is dope. U.S.
Yeah, a couple of Americans.
Oh wow, we got Texas, Turkey, Greece, America. Yep. Wow, this is awesome. Finland. God, see, you guys are gonna make me
Finland.
cry.
I'd really like to visit there.
Russia, France. Look at this.
Russia, right on.
Hello. New Zealand. Oh, I want to go to New Zealand. I want to go to all these countries.
I know.
You guys can put us up, right? Like we could come stay with you.
This is making me want to travel.
Jamaica. Oh, that's dope.
I do think I never really plan anything, so I do all my trips last minute. I did a few years back. I did a European trip, and I think I decided to go on a Wednesday. I booked it on a Thursday and took off for a month on Saturday. So yeah, I've been to a lot of these countries on that trip. It was super last minute.
Honduras! Wow,
Oh,
that's
wow.
cool.
So
This
yeah,
is so awesome. Oh, you guys don't understand how happy you all make me that you're all here. And like, I just feel like we're Need for Speed family. This is great. Yes, I was supposed to come to Europe for a convention last November and then it got canceled.
yeah. Last time I was there, not last time I was there. When I was there in that month, I got I had no plans. I basically showed up in Frankfurt, and I got a Eurorail pass, and I just jumped on a train and got off whenever I saw any towns that I'd like, and I went to probably about 7 or 8 countries and just toured around for about a month, and it was so fun. But there's definitely a lot of countries on here that I haven't got to yet, and I really want to. So yeah,
Wow.
thanks fans for being out there. This is awesome.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to wrap it up. That wraps up our show for today. Please be sure and hit that like button and subscribe to my channel and share the stream so others can enjoy this content as well. Special thanks to our awesome guest, Paul Dzenkiw. Thank you, Paul, for being here and gracing us with your presence. I know the fans are really excited to see you, and it's really been great having you here. You're always welcome to come back onto the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. For the fans, if you would like to stay connected, I've put some links in the description box below. And once Paul gets his new stuff, we'll add that as well. And if you want autographed headshots, video shout outs, or a one-on-one friend date with me on Zoom, Valentine's Day is coming up, you guys. You can find me on Gemmy, which is just like Cameo. You can find me on gemmy.app/Simone Bailey. That link is down below as well. And I will try to rope Paul into that as well so he can provide you with all kinds of things as well. Thank you all for joining us today. If you want more Need for Speed content, please check out my other videos with Sergeant Cross, actor Dean McKenzie, and Need for Speed art director Habib Zargapur, as well as my video with Darius from Need for Speed Carbon, actor Tomo Pennicott. You can find those videos and more on my channel, and I have some other videos coming soon, hopefully with some more Blacklist members and other cast and crew from Need for Speed. So please subscribe so you will be the first to know. And I hope you stay healthy and safe and be kind to one another. Till next time, keep the faith and keep playing Need for Speed. Take care, everyone. Lots of love. Bye for now.
See you, everyone. Stay safe.
Bye. Mwah.